In 2024, Thailand seemed to struggle to achieve mutually beneficial cooperation with neighboring countries, especially Cambodia and Myanmar, to foster economic development, stability, and peace. The previous administration of Sethar Thavisin attempted to restart negotiations with Cambodia Prime Minister Hun Manet during his February visit to Bangkok. This was aimed at resolving bilateral maritime disputes and developing a joint hydrocarbon extraction plan in the overlapping claim areas in the Gulf of Thailand. Thailand and Cambodia have made claims over these areas since the 1970s. They are mostly on a continental shelf of around 26,000 square kilometers in the Gulf, which potentially contains between 9 and 11 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, as well as 500 million barrels of condensate and oil. In 2001, the two countries signed a Memorandum of Understanding during the Thaksin administration, commonly known as MOU 44, to settle disputes and create a joint development plan. Turbulent bilateral relations and domestic political troubles have, however, derailed progress over the past 23 years. The Palang Pracharat Party filed a petition with the Constitutional Court in June last year, seeking the unilateral scrapping of the MOU on the grounds that it was not approved by Parliament before the signing. The court ruled in September, though, that the party's Secretary General had no right to file the petition and gave the green light for the government to go ahead with its implementation. But right-wing politicians and activists have not given up. Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who replaced Sethar as Prime Minister, said in Parliament that her government would pursue negotiations with Cambodia on the overlapping claim areas, with the connected goals of achieving energy security and reducing the cost of energy. Meanwhile, prominent activist Sontit Limthongkul have amplified fears over potential loss of sovereignty and threatened to call street protests to demand that the Paetongtarn government scrap the MOU. It is speculated that the demonstrations could begin in mid-January. The situation along Thailand's border with Myanmar has been tense since early 2024. In April, the Korean National Union launched attacks on Myawaddy, a Myanmar border town opposite Masot district in Thailand's Tak province, leading to the displacement of thousands of people and the disruption of cross-border trade. Tension along the Thailand-Myanmar border escalated in December when the Myanmar Navy attacked Thai fishing boats in the Andaman Sea, resulting in the death of one crew member and injuries to two others. 4 Thai crew and the vessel's captain were detained in Myanmar on charges of illegally fishing in and violation of Myanmar's maritime territory. The 4 Thai fishermen were sentenced to up to 6 years in prison. Tensions along the land border intensified. An armed ethnic group in Myanmar increased its forces and expanded its presence in border areas near Thailand's Mae Hong Son and Chiang Mai provinces. To date, there is no evidence that Paetongtarn's government has a clear plan to deal with this situation in Myanmar. An inaugural meeting of the Special Task Force to address the situation has, however, been scheduled for January 13th, following months of delay. Chaired by Thailand's Foreign Minister, Marit Sangyeampong, includes senior officials from key ministers and agencies. Their main role is to monitor the situation closely and develop comprehensive strategies to address the immediate and long-term impacts of the conflict.